Howdy there, folks. They always say life's a journey, but they never say that you'll spend around an hour of your time listening to three dumb fucks talking about penises. But here we are. You joined the boys this week, mid-conversation, as Kehan has not turned up yet. And Jake and Harry forgot to do an intro. If you're squeamish, I'd suggest switch this one off. Godspeed, everyone.
Imagine you're just, I don't know, at the pub, right? And your trousers are a little bit uncomfortable, so you give them a little shuffle. Don't think anything of it. Get home, go to get your jammies on or whatever. Take your jeans off. Knob comes off with them.
It's just in the bottom of my boxers around my ankles.
Yeah. But would you find it more alarming if you didn't feel it fall off, or you did?
I think if I did, I'd know at the time, and therefore I'd be upset. But like I'd be like, something's caused this.
Yeah.
Whereas if I just found, I'm now terrified that it's fallen off while we're talking. Like if it just came off,
Yeah.
I'd be certain I was in a simulation.
My concern would be if it just fell off and I didn't feel it. I'd be concerned about what was going to fall off next.
I'm not even thinking that far ahead, Harry. I'm not going to lie to you.
Oh no, don't get me wrong. I'd be upset that my penis is gone, but also, like, am I just gonna be walking down the street and then go to put one foot in front of another and my foot's gone and I've left it behind outside fucking Primark? Do you know what I mean?
If you went to pick up your dick and as you picked it up, it just fell off with 4 of your fingers.
just Tesco self checkout. You beep. You're done. You pay. Scan your club card. You scan your club card. Beep. That's done. And then you collect your shopping. You walk off and you go, oh, drop my dick. It's all right. And you have to walk back, pick up your knob, which has fallen off, and come out of your trouser leg. And then yeah, your fingers come off as well. And then it looks like you've got like
In the bagging area.
unexpected items in the bagging area. Exactly.
That's horrendous. Do you know what? That's nightmare fuel for me. Just as you
pretty
try
rough,
to pick
isn't it?
things up, they fall off. Because then you try to grab it with like your other hand, or just the stump that you've now got, and your palm falls off.
Let me
You're sat
Google
there
it.
crying.
Can your penis fall off? Okay, so top three top 3 suggestions for this.
Yeah.
Can your penis fall off? Can your penis die? And can your penis grow back?
That means someone's lost theirs.
Exactly.
Well, they're planning to lose it. One of the two. We can't regrow them. But I suppose if we bred with newts, we could. Or octopi. I think no starfish. Starfish or octopi do it. Maybe both.
This can't be a real guy. Okay. So I found there's a site called Quora or Quora. I don't know.
Or yeah.
And question is, my dick fell off. Is that normal? Top response.
Nah.
Top response is, yeah, dicks fall off all the time. Just pick it up and stick it back on like a Lego.
You know when you jar your knee when you were a kid, you used to run around and sometimes like you'd stop and you'd like jar your knee or your ankle and it really hurt.
Yeah.
Imagine doing that, but instead of it jarring, it just stops and you fall and your leg comes off. And just the knee, an amputee.
Or just like, and it's gone.
Yeah.
Uh,
Just you go to like do a really cool stop, you judder, jam your knee the wrong way, it just comes off.
I found an article here from Men's Health. It's just titled "The 10 Worst Things That Could Happen to Your Penis."
Okay.
Are you ready?
I don't. Let's pretend I am.
Okay.
Sounds quite scary.
Number 1, saxophone penis.
Is that it becomes a saxophone? Someone plays it like a saxophone, or is it just saxophone penis? It's just.
The thing is, at one point there was an image here, but now it's greyed out. It says image no longer available. But this is what saxophone penis is. It's the result of a blocked lymph node related to chlamydia. This rare condition leaves the penis swollen and twisted. Good news is, though, that normal urination is achievable if you turn sideways.
And so, oh my! Imagine going to the urinal.
And you got to stand at like a right angle.
Yeah, you're just pissing over your shoulder. Oh my
Boring.
goodness!
Have you just googled it?
That's horrendous.
Have you Googled it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, now I've got to Google it. Let's have a look. Saxophone penis.
It looks like an embryo.
No. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What? I like the pictures of the saxophone next to it. Should we just put this in the chat with no context for Kehan?
I mean, we can. I don't, mate. All their bollocks are massive, or their dicks are tiny. Maybe both. Oh my god.
Oh,
So wash that.
Christ. That is,
Fuck.
yeah, no wonder he's all fucked up. Look at him. Oh my god, this is rough. Okay. The heading of this one is just says something fishy.
Okay.
In the Amazon River, there is a fish called the toothpick fish.
Yes.
Have you heard about this?
I have. Please enlighten me
And
again.
it confuses the urethra for a fish's breathing gill. Swims directly fucking into it, and once inside, it opens up its spikes like an umbrella.
That's why I wear a condom when I go swimming.
Oh man, this is weird. So this one's called Buried Alive. So if part of your penis shaft is accidentally cut away when you're circumcised, your penis can grow attached to your scrotum as it heals. The result is a shaft that is quote unquote buried or stuck to a fat layer located around your genitalia.
I'm googling buried penis.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's have a look at. Oh my god. That.
I want to have a look now. Oh,
There's one where it's like. Yeah, just buried penis, and look for one that's AUA news.
Oh, what the? Whoa.
I know. It looks like they opened him up like a margarita pizza without the cheese on.
That's
Fuck,
exactly what it looks like.
why is it when Kehan's not here, we've decided just to look at dicks?
That is horrendous.
They look like the faces of soft shell turtles.
You can also get a broken penis.
How does that work?
So, the cylindrical tubes that make up your boner fill with blood when you have an erection. I didn't know if you knew that. If these tubes are bent whilst you're hard, they can rupture and cause blood to fill your penis. This can lead to permanent deformity or complete loss of sexual function.
It looks like a red banana.
I think this article's got one more, and this one is rough. A Florida man,
Oh, of
course, filed suit against a staffing agency. Oh my god. After his penis and testicles were shorn away by an industrial peeler.
No.
Yeah, apparently he was assigned to operate the machine without adequate training. But even then, how'd you get your dick peeled?
He tripped over and his trousers fell down and his dick fell out, and then he accidentally fed it into the peeling machine.
What are you two motherfuckers doing here?
Hello.
We're having normal conversations about normal things. What are you doing?
Mate, you've missed out on
Right, what?
You've missed out on some conversations.
Just been showing me his dick.
Oh, no, I missed that.
Have I ever told
Yeah,
you
but-
guys about when I saw a horse penis as a child?
No.
No.
Have I not told
Please
you this
do.
story? So we were walking home and we're walking down. There's like a big field, and I turn to my mum and I say the words, "Mum, look, that horse has got a fifth leg." Everyone turns around to look at me, and then my trousers fell down.
What do you mean your trousers just fell down?
They just fell down. It must have been the start of a new school year, and I hadn't properly grown into them, and they just fucking fell down. Does anyone have anything interesting that's happened this week?
I did a shit idea that looked like a Twix.
Oh shit, that looks like a Twix.
Yeah.
All right, go on.
I mean, the story title pretty much labels it all. But they were perfectly parallel in the bottom of the bowl.
Wow.
And that rarely ever happens. Like,
Did it taste like a Twix too?
I didn't taste it. I'm not an animal. I just
Oh,
sort of threw
no.
it on the bathroom as you do in public toilets, and then
Yeah.
I left.
Yeah. You got to throw it on the bathroom floor or write the word shit in shit on the wall.
Like they did at our school.
Exactly. I'll never forget that.
What? I think it was before you
It was
joined.
before Kehan joined.
Someone wrote on the boys' wall, or the boys' toilet wall. It was the toilet closest to the door, and they wrote the word shit in shit on the wall.
Jesus Christ.
And what was so funny is that morning when I can't remember who, someone came in and was like, "All the boys need to go into the assembly room now, please." We were like, "Oh, what's going on? What's going on?" And then we were told that. Like, what?
Yeah.
I went to London. This is my news. Went to London because Beth got called to the bar.
Woo!
It's been.
I'll do it for you.
Thank you.
Spoons.
Went to London. Went to Spoons. Came home. It was great, and I'm very proud of her. And she's done very well. And it was a very nice and lovely day. On the way back, her dad had I think her dad got them. Very kindly got us first class tickets for the train back. Now, I'd never experienced first class before. You get tea and coffee, free. You get sandwiches, free. You get biscuits and cake, free. For the entire time you're on it. If you get there in the morning, you get breakfast for free. I say for free, but you've paid for first
Was
class.
that a cross-country train?
It must have been, because it was from London to here. But the other thing was that I had fucking spontaneous diarrhea for the past week or so. And we were on the train for like half an hour, and I was like, God, I need to shit. Like, I let out a fart, and I was like, that's not right. That's not okay. So I went to the toilet. I sat down in the toilet, and there's a mirror, like, directly opposite me, like a full-length mirror. And never before have I looked into my own eyes as I've shat. And it was...
Now you know how dogs feel when they're shitting and they look at you.
It was horrible. It was horrible. But I couldn't look away.
Why are you making eye contact?
Did you realise the face you make when you do it?
But what was funny is because I was looking at myself, I was just stone-faced. Like, and because it was diarrhea, I didn't really have to... There was no effort. But what was weird, I was going to London with the expectation that I would
getting
see...
your phone stolen.
Well, yes, but also of either getting stabbed or seeing just crackhead behaviour. Right? And I realised I may have become the crackhead.
Why?
So
Why?
Beth went off to have lunch with her mum, and I was not invited. So me and Nick, her dad, just like had to wander around London for 2.5, 3 hours. And he was like, "Oh, do you want to go get something to eat?" And I was like, "Okay, cool." So we're just wondering. He's like, "What do you want to eat?" And I was like, I don't know. I don't care. We're getting rained on at this point. We're both wearing we're all suited and booted. He's like, "Oh yeah, I used to work around here, so I know all the places." And we're wandering for like 5-10 minutes. And it's very clear that he has forgotten all these places. And we see a place called Thunderbird Chicken. And immediately I'm like, oh, that sounds fucking sick. Because of the Thunderbird cryptid. And I'm like, do you want to go there? And he's like, yeah, I could go chicken. That'd be all right. So we go in. And this place is tiny. Really small. Cramped. It's horrendous. And we've got like suitcases and bags. And like I said, we're in full suits. And he's like, what do you want? And I said, chicken. And then he gave me a look. And I was like, just bits of chicken. I'm sorry. And he said, okay, I'll get you just bits of chicken. So I went and sat in the corner. He came, we're eating our chicken, and we're getting like all messy and that because it's saucy. And then I sort of take a minute, and everyone's like looking at us weird. And I realised I'm sat here in a suit with a man who's considerably older than me. And I'm looking all like dolled up and that, covered in chicken sauce, surrounded by suitcases. And I was worried that I had become the crackhead. And that people were going to go home and say, I saw this weird
guy today.
young guy today with this older man, loads of suitcases. And the suitcase I had was like flowery. It's got like purple flower designs on it. So they probably thought I was like a fucking, what's the term? Gigolo. Yeah, I saw this fucking gigolo out today in Thunderbird Chicken. Fucking stuff in his face before he goes and gets stuffed by this older guy. Wasn't very happy about it.
You have become what you disdain the most.
And then he said to me, he said, do you want to go to Forbidden Planet in London? And I was like, no, it's fine. Don't worry about it. And he was like, come on, we got an hour and a half left. Like, let's go. You can show me around it all. So we go there, we walk in, and the entire time we're walking around, he's looking at all this stuff and going, how much? And I was like, yeah, that's the price that goes for. And he goes, and you pay for that? And he's looking at these like weird fucking anime dolls. You know, like the creepy ones.
Yeah, the ones where the kids have tits.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's like, you buy this? And I was like, no, I don't buy this. He found the DC section and he turned around to me. And in front of all this fucking Forbidden Planet stuff, he went, uh-oh, I found the DC section. They better watch out for you. What does that mean? What does that mean? It makes me sound like a predator. Like, what?
Oh, watch out, here comes the DC Predator.
Watch out, he's gonna jizz on all your stock. What? Like,
Can't
I d-
control himself when he sees a Batman.
can't control himself. Honestly, it was like I know I'm on the spectrum, but he didn't need to out me like that.
I've been scaring G by accident. I told Harry this yesterday, but I'll tell you, Kehan. The other day, she was a bit tired. She's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to bed early." I was like, "No worries, darling. I'm gonna watch some Netflix." I've been missing out on my murder documentaries. You see, I like a little bit of true crime, and I started watching something called My Lover, My Killer, which sounds like an anime, but it isn't. It's just true stories in the UK about like spouses who kill each other. She came back in before she went to sleep. She's like, "Oh, come say goodnight." And she sees me turn this on. She's like, "What are you watching?" And she wondered if I was getting tips or not. I'm not. Just in hindsight, I'm not. And
Jake's gonna be on the next season.
no, I'm not, because they're fucking. You shouldn't blame victims. I'm a big fan of, victim blaming is mostly wrong sometimes. However, so far there's only been one bloke who's been killed by his partner, and they're like, "Oh, he's a nice guy. He was a good guy, a fun-loving guy. He liked a bit of a party." And you're like, "Oh, okay." And then as the story develops, you find out that he too was an alcoholic, as the woman that he met, and he too was addicted to cocaine, as the woman he met, and they met in like drunk driver rehab. So not the best place to meet.
Yeah, I mean,
And like she stabbed him once with a fork over a Chinese meal, a succulent Chinese meal, and he leaves her. Good. Then they get back together, they fight again. She stabs him twice, and he just gets his dad to pick him up. He doesn't break up with her. He just gets his dad to pick him up, and then he like comes back. And you're like, "Oh, what a poor guy. He's got this problem with alcohol and a facilitator and blah blah blah." Then it turns out that when he's drunk, he like grabs her and throttles her occasionally, and he's violent to her in a less way than she is, because she's obviously stabbing him, which is worse than punches. But neither is good. And I feel like they were trying their best to present this dude who was murdered, which is sad, but in a positive light, and going, but he did hit her, and he was an alcoholic, and he did keep going back even though everyone told him not to. And then he went back again, and they fought, and then she finally killed him and left him in the stairwell. Yeah, that's what I watch while my partner sleeps, and she sleeps sound as a baby at the moment. Wait till she finds out I'm on season 2, and she might not feel as comfortable.
You do watch some shit.
Mate, UK murder documentaries are quite cool.
Couldn't think of anything worse than a murder documentary. Literally nothing worse.
The cult ones are good as well.
They're all shit. They're all shit. Murder documentaries are shit for the same reason why I protested doing history in school. Go do something more productive. To be fair, though, I didn't do anything more productive. I did dance.
I forgot about that.
I did dance. It was literally just me, and then the rest of the classroom was just girls.
What sort of dance was it, though?
Just fucking dance, innit?
Just fucking dance, innit?
Just dance, innit? I mean, we were just doing all sorts of stuff.
Did you see the bloke who threw the brick?
I see the guy get hit twice by a brick. He threw a brick.
It bounces off a riot shield and hits him in the face.
No way.
He's upset by this. We'll find the video and show you. He gets all upset. He turns around because now he's been hit in the face by a brick. And as he's walking back, someone's thrown a brick. But obviously, these racists don't have very strong arms. And it sailed straight into his bullet. And he doubles over.
I think I found the video.
Oh man, it's fucking brilliant. It's fucking brilliant. He's got that 1-2 combo. But I saw there was this guy on TikTok I saw, and he was talking about the thing. He was like, "Yeah, he's Welsh. He was born in Wales." And someone commented on his video. He went, "But his parents are Rwandan migrants, so how is his Welsh? Welsh is an ethnicity." And then the top comment said, so the guy was telling him, like, explained to him, was like, "Yeah, his parents are from Rwanda, but he was born here, so it means he is Welsh." And then the top comment was, "A chicken born in a barn doesn't make it a horse. The family have been imported, and that's how they repay us by murdering white English children."
Oh, for God's
The
sake.
chicken in the barn one is fucking wild.
So
It's the same vibe as you don't have to be a car to stand in the garage.
Yeah, that's it. You don't have to be a car to stand in the garage. Yeah, but that was on being trans.
do we have any news?
Well, that's a bit fucking weird.
I have some news. Kehan's a bitch. No, I have some actual news as well.
Go on then. Go on then.
Psychic who envisioned Trump assassination attempt gives us his US election prediction. Craig Hamilton Parker can predict the future with eerie accuracy. Alright.
Right.
He's been dubbed the new Nostradamus. I don't know who by, to be honest, but he's apparently been dubbed the new Nostradamus.
Probably the Daily Mail or the Metro or someone.
I mean, the Metro's currently the one giving me this
Oh,
fantastic
there we
news.
go.
But they say he was dubbed, but it doesn't say by them, so who knows? He can see into the future. He has accurately predicted events such as COVID-19, Brexit, and Trump being elected president. He spoke to Metro previously about his predictions for the year, and some of these predictions have already come true.
Some.
Right? He goes on to say that he's 69 years old. He uses Anddddd astrology, which is the belief that people's lives can be foretold by Hindu mystics from ancient times. All right, and they have these charts, and he read Trump's chart back in 2019, and he predicted Trump would be a businessman, a president, and then there'd be an attempt on his life later down the line. But he didn't expect it to be so soon. He actually thought it wouldn't happen until August this year, so it came early. I thought we'd have a look at some of his predictions for the year,
Yeah, go on then.
just to see if there's anything fun coming. Sorry, the link, I followed it, and I looked at it earlier, it caught me off guard again. Just the headline is, he predicts that Putin might die and pop star will fall pregnant this year, right?
What?
All right.
He works with his wife, Jane, as a spiritual medium. He reckons that Taylor Swift will fall pregnant this year and that Putin's on the verge of dying.
Taylor
He's
Swift
in
will
practice
become
in the-
pregnant.
Yeah. He predicted that the Queen would die. He predicted Rishi Sunak would cease to be Prime Minister, although he did think it was going to be some kind of coup, and he was going to be removed from power. He reckons Suella Braverman will make a comeback. It's weird. He reckons it'll be quite a close general election, which is definitely not true.
He's clearly not very good at this.
He reckons Keir Starmer and Labour will win a lot of seats in Scotland and further corruption charges against Nicola Sturgeon.
We'll have to wait and see.
Although he did think that the Tories would scrape in.
Full of shite.
Just to clarify though, and this is how we'll know, he said if Labour do win, Keir Starmer will not be in power long, he will be removed. So you heard it here first, folks, unless you read the Metro, then you heard it here second. But you heard it here
I think
regardless.
they're printing this shit.
Yeah, but people might read the Metro,
Yeah, crackheads.
Exactly,
Crackheads
so-
read Metro.
and crackheads also might listen to our podcast. So it's
They ain't got time
important
to
to be
listen to our
inclusive.
podcast. They out here to get crack. They wake up every morning and in their head the mission just starts. Get crack. It's like a Skyrim mission. It just starts and then like, all right, I guess that's what I'm doing for the rest of the day. They ain't got time to
Oh,
listen
man.
to this. Crackheads be cracking.
What's your speed news?
Would you like to buy an island? For £23 million. Yeah.
You can buy islands for a lot cheaper than that.
Yeah, but this is where it will get you. Ready? This one, you get a whole set of 18th century cannons, an 18th century military defense building, and, this is the cherry on top, 15 ghosts.
That price better not be influenced by that ghost. They can't be like, we stuck on an extra 5 mil for the ghosts. I'll fucking turn the seller into a ghost.
Apparently,
mean?
apparently the ghosts are just like an added bonus.
Yeah,
Um,
no.
And they
Bollocks.
they're all
Unless I can sell the ghosts.
apparently they're all British squaddies, so you don't have to worry about foreigners on your island. If that's your problem, you'll be protected. Yeah, you got your military cannons and you got your 15 ghosts. I think 25 million's a little bit high, to be honest.
Especially with squaddy ghosts, because I've met squaddies and they piss everywhere and they fucking shower and vomit.
This is the island.
They're like babies.
You were motherfucking
I know, and I can tell we piss everywhere. The people who can aim over hundreds of meters can't fucking aim more than 2 feet.
Kehan, what was your speed news?
Let me start this by prefacing saying that if you get this, So, I'll just go what I was saying. Jake can correct me if I'm wrong. But I reckon if you get discharged from the army, whether it's medical or dishonorably, you shouldn't be able to do a job then in the future with a gun.
Because it depends, and dishonorable discharge is an American thing.
Yeah, I realised it was, or whatever
So-
the equivalent is over
But
here.
yeah, if you get fired, essentially fired from the army, I don't think you should be allowed a gun. If you get medically discharged, no, because you can be medically discharged from the army for having what's the gluten allergy? The celiac disease.
Yeah.
True. But anyway, this
I
is just prefacing on for the story I saw. Well, so I say story. It happened in America, obviously. It was a police officer, obviously. But this one was fucking wild. This woman called the police saying she heard screaming, right? Whatever. She was like, yeah, just heard it outside, whatever. It sounded violent, right? Police turn up. They knock on her door, right? And she's just there like, yeah, it's not me. I heard it out there. They're like, oh, can we come in? She's like, no, it's nothing to do with me. It's outside. So anyway, they force their way in. And then they're like, so it's like straight into the living room. And then there's a kitchen island. And then there's the kitchen, right? And they were like, oh, yeah, could you turn that pot off? She was like, oh, I was just boiling the water for me dinner. They were like, oh, yeah, but for our safety. And it was like, first of all, again, you're not here for the woman. She's the one that called you. So anyway, she's pouring the water away in the sink, right? And there's a fair fucking distance. Like, say for example, they were stood at the entrance to your kitchen, Harry, right? Say that's where the woman was. They were stood like outside your window where you are now. That's the distance they were. And there's a kitchen island between them. She's pouring this away, and then she's like, oh, what do you mean for your safety? And that she was like, and then he was like, oh, just in case you throw it over you. And she was like, no, I would never do that. I would just rebuke you in the name of the Lord. I rebuke you, right? And then he was like, you keep saying that shit, I'm going to shoot you in the head. And I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? She just makes it. She just makes it. And you like, I'll shoot you in the. I was like, that is an escalation. And so obviously, naturally, she fears for her life. So she then lets go of the pot, ducks underneath, just like ducks, right? Because obviously, if the police officer is threatening to shoot your head, she just gets down. Police officer charges round the island, just pops her, bang, 3 in the head, just straight away, dead, right? Which is fucking wild. And then on the body cam, you just kept going, oh yeah, she was crazy. She was crazy. Oh yeah, she was a crazy bitch. And like trying to sell it to all the other officers that turned up. Then it turns out that this motherfucker has been fired from 4 police stations and been discharged from the army. And I'm thinking, who gave this motherfucker a job? Surely you can't. That can't be a thing. To go from, I rebuke you in the name of the Lord to, I'm going to shoot you in the head. That's a wild fucking job.
If you watch more Republican news stations in America, they use that I rebuke you statement, and they misleadingly put it in the article to make it sound like she was holding the pot, talking at him, going, I rebuke you, as if she's going to throw the water
you
at him.
can see it in the clip. She's like,
You're right.
pouring it, and her back's
pouring it away.
And then, then he says, I want to pop you. And then she ducks down, not even holding the pot anymore. And then but I'm thinking in that situation, right? Say, for example, I was scared of this woman throwing the pot, right? She's behind a kitchen island. If she was an old woman, not old, but she looked like
middle-aged,
50 plus. No, 50 plus, right? She's quite small and skinny, right? Big old pot. First thing, I don't reckon she could have thrown it that far. And then second thing in my head, I'm thinking if she did throw it, I'd just duck behind the island because then it would at least it wouldn't hit you directly. But no, this motherfucker just went straight to landing critical headshots.
Let's imagine he reckons she's reaching for a gun, right? Because that's a relatively good argument.
Yeah.
Right? There would be a moment where you go, let me see your hands. Show me just your hands. Let me see your hands. Before you rotate. So you'll get swung and fucking clip this lady in the head. Because he's like, don't waste meds on it. He's like, don't waste your med pack on her. It's headshots. He's like, she's dead. Don't bother trying to resuscitate her.
What I find amazing about the clip, sorry, I've just watched it, is he pulls the gun out, and then his partner pulls his gun out as well.
Yeah.
They both do it.
It's
What?
wild.
American
'cause
cops are on a power trip, man.
American cop. Yeah, and then Donald Trump's out here saying in his last rally he wants to give him immunity. What the fuck? What the fuck? Immunity, mate. They're fucking wild. It's also the whole thing is wild. But then I still think the craziest part is she called the police for something else, and she's getting fucking domed. That's crazy. That's like calling the fire brigade because like someone down the road's house is on fire. Then they come and set fire to your fucking house. It makes no fucking sense. What's the other quick one I got? Oh yeah, cops busted a human trafficking ring at San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh, I saw the headline of this.
I was like, first of all, I did not expect a human trafficking ring at fucking Comic-Con. And then I thought about it and I was like,
It's perfect.
it's perfect. You could you could just have them walking on the floor, disguise them, and then you just have to be like, oh, you send out cryptic text messages, be like, yeah, look for this person, and then give them the secret code, and you walk over to the fucking Adeptus Astartes and be like, for the Emperor, burn the heretics, and yeah, follow me to the back room, and then you do whatever. I was like, that's almost genius, but at the same time, obviously bad.
You gave the code to someone dressed up. Like, you see someone dressed up now as like a Dalek, for instance, and you just quote an obscure Doctor Who line at them, and they're like, oh yeah, come with me. And you're like, oh, brilliant, cool, I'm going to see some more Doctor Who stuff. But you end up in a back room just with a bunch of women in cages, and you've got to try and play that down. I often wonder if there's situations that happen like that. Just like if you said the wrong thing at the wrong time, could you end up in like secret back rooms and awesome cool deals?
Because yeah, you just happen to accidentally get the fucking code word or whatever right.
Does one of you want to do an outro?
Who did the intro?
we
You
did.
didn't do an
just
intro because
started.
you weren't here.
We just start talking about dicks falling off.
How's that?
That's not even our fucking theme tune anymore. That's cutting. I miss our old theme tune. I know our new theme tune's cool. I like our new theme tune. But the old theme tune would always be in my head, consistently playing just quietly behind all my other thought. But it's mixed with pure Jim and all the other places that fucking used it.
Yeah, not happy about that.
Like, we're poor. That's why we use it. They're
Yeah.
multi-million-pound companies. Who is doing the outro?
You are.
Are you gonna just heckle and fucking be mean to me as I do an outro, like you always are?
Sigh.
All I want from you is more passion, more energy.
I don't have more passion. We've discussed
There,
it.
look there. For there, you literally peaked in it. You peaked in the energy just by saying that. Maybe yours is just in anger towards me.
You got to channel it.
Off with you, Kehan. I'll tell you why. Because I had the perfect intro today. I was really excited. I was going to declare that we had the fun news today. We're all excited. You'd be surprised that I hadn't been criticised in 5 seconds. That's because Kehan's not here. He is MPN. What's MPN? It's missing, presumed napping. And then I was going to get people to search their fridges and cold water for you. But then you're going to turn up and ruin it. So no, you don't get an outro. What you get is sadness, followed by awkward silence until Harry plays a clip that is going to be presumably cut up from noises we've made today.
Welcome to the What Up podcast. Sit back and relax. Involvement sightings, people rose, conspiracies and open doors. Check out the weirdest news around the globe. We'll take you down the rabbit hole. Yeah, what if when the weird world's of view takes out there chasing stories that's funny too. Harry's hunting cryptids across the lands. He is spitting facts. Better watch those hands. Buckle up, bitch. Yeah, what of it?
Mate, my mustache is glorious. I'm not at all paedophilic.
When are you gonna do the cool like curly at the end bits?
Because I'm not a cunt, Kehan. I'm never going to do the cool curly bits at the end. Because only microbrewery sipping, pompous, weasel wearing, fucking corduroy
wearing.
jean knobheads are the people who have curly bits at the end of their mustaches. That and like barbers, and I'm neither of those things.
And do you know what footwear they wear? Converse.
Crocs. Oh, fuck. So
Crocs.
close.
No, they wear what's it called, like boat shoes
They wear Doc Martens and Converse.
and Crocs.